Hey, I'm Andrew Gash for Audioholics. The Aperion Bravus 10D is an attractive, potent subwoofer at a reasonable price. Now, it's not going to match the output or extension of its larger peers, but it's a good trade-off because it comes in a smaller form factor that's going to look beautiful in any room decor. In fact, that's where this thing excels. It is beautiful to look at, and we're going to bet that you will not be able to resist buying 2 of them for your theater room, something that we highly recommend. Now, the Bravus 10D falls about the middle of Aperion's line of subwoofers. You can get it in 2 finishes, the cherry, which is shown here, or the high gloss black. Both finishes are stunning. In fact, the quality is second to none. And that's actually what we love about this thing, is that the look and feel of it beats any other subwoofer that we've seen at this price range. Now, one of the standard features that comes on this is the rounded edges, so there's no sharp edges on the cabinet. Another thing that we like is that the fact that they ship it with both metal and rubber feet, meaning you can put this on wood, tile, or carpet. The 10D features dual anodized black 10-inch aluminum core woofers with butyl rubber surrounds. They fire on opposing sides, which allows them to cancel out one another's stress on the cabinet. Aperion specs the cabinet as being made out of 1-inch HDF, and we found that it was well braced. Now, the woofers are recessed into the cabinet, meaning the grill is going to be flush with the box, and it's a good look. However, if you do want to take the grill off, you'll have to use their supplied tool. Something else about the Bravus 10D is that it does come with a remote control. Now that's pretty rare at this price range. Now this does have stamped baskets, however they are made well. Something else is it's not magnetically shielded, but once again the 2 drivers being back to back are basically going to cancel that out. Still, we don't recommend putting this on top of your CRT television for various reasons. The 10D uses a 300-watt Bash amplifier. The back panel has both speaker level and line level inputs. There's a voltage selector and a power on-off switch. There are no speaker level outputs, meaning that you will not be able to use this sub as a crossover for your satellite speakers. For that, you'll need an AV receiver, which is something that we kind of recommend anyway. And do you remember that remote I talked about earlier? Yeah, it's neat, but you're going to be using this thing for switching presets and controlling the volume because there's no way you're going to be able to see this LCD screen from across the room. Also, there's no knobs on the back of this thing, so you'll have to use the onboard software for controlling crossover settings and also phase control. The onboard software also lets you configure the preset modes and the 1-band parametric EQ. Now, speaking of that PEQ, you get a 6 dB gain or cut between 30 Hz and 60 Hz and 10 Hz steps. You also can choose the Q or filter width, but choosing between narrow, normal, and wide. And this is going to help to lower that out-of-control bass peak that might be present in your room. We tested this both outdoors and also in room. Now, when we drove it to its max, it hit 115 dB at 1 meter at 80 Hertz. Now, when it got down to 40 Hertz, it started to roll off. And then at 30 Hertz, well, then it really started to drop off. We did test this with a number of different speaker systems and found that with all of them, it never sounded boomy. Especially considering how hard we drove it, that's a good sign. In fact, in that entire time, it never actually bottomed out, which that's a testament to Aperion's great design philosophy. Overall, Aperion Audio has given us a really good driver construction, good cabinet design, and once again, a reasonable price. Now, can you find better output from larger boxes? Well, of course you can, but then that'd be a whole different product now, wouldn't it? We highly recommend the Aperion Bravus 10D, especially for your small or medium-sized rooms. And hey, that recommendation goes double if you buy 2 of them.